I'm down here at my parents' farm using the shop. They got the welder, cut-off saw and everything, so picked up some steel from Canadian Tire. The rocket stove worked really good at the property, done some more research. Plan on improving on it and making two side by side because they used way less wood and it was nice cooking height and everything. So I'm going to make some more stable pot holders and a chute for the air to come in from the bottom side. So I just marked out everything. I'm going to cut a bunch of it right now and then get to doing some welding, a bunch of drilling and this stuff. So yeah, we'll see if we can get it done before I have to get to that bachelor party tonight. So see how far we make it. Well, we're back from the bachelor party and we decided to finish it up tonight before we went to bed. It's 1:45 in the morning. We got to get up and drop off some stuff at the sister's house and get up to the lake. So got to be on the road by 7:30, 8 o'clock. Anyway, this is the plan. So the spacing of this outside to outside of these two blocks is 24 inches, which fits, that's the width of the patio slab that is up there. So now, which one did I just weld? That one. Just to simulate, we have a pot stand now. So I was using like a standoff thing that came with my cast cookware, but it would barely make 3 points of contact on the blocks, so you had to be very careful. So now we'll be able to fit two 12-inch frying pans if we wanted with the spacing in store. wood in between. So supported left and right and this way, and it allows all the flamage to come up through. So I just got to finish grinding the welds, and then I got some high temp paint. I'll do that at the house. So I just needed to get the welding done down here at the farm. So I built 2 of these. So it's just 3-inch flat plate that I already had, and I picked up some 3/4 by 3/4. And I just welded them the appropriate widths that will fit inside the front of the rocket stove. So this front block is exactly how it'd be on the rocket stove that I have, and then this block is just simulating the H block in the back. So these are just gonna slide in. Now you have a channel for air to go, and then all your twigs and bucked up wood can go on top. So now I just need to drill a whole series of holes in the back here for the air to come up and feed the fire from under the coals. So we'll have more airflow. We're gonna add another block. These 2 blocks are going up, and they're going on top of the rocket stove to act as a longer chimney. So we'll have more draw. And so I'll get these painted up and holes drilled in and all the grinding done. I can do the grinding at home, I just needed the welder. So yeah, we're gonna have 2 side-by-side rocket stoves. They'll stand another 8, maybe 16 inches higher, a nicer working height. I might try to get where the fire goes in 8 inches higher as well, if not 4 inches. And you won't be bending over, and we'll use far less material to have a couple cast pieces on the go at the same time. I'll use this a lot when I'm just up there by myself as well. It's a lot easier just to get a little fire going to heat up what I got to heat up or boil some water. So that's why I have gone through the effort to weld up these apparatus. So there's the other one. I just did a couple welds, show hold. I'll clean it all up and drill those holes. So the reason I put the angle facing that way is because on a lot of these blocks you have this radius down in. So it's not sitting in there very well right now, but yeah, chip away just a little bit in the middle. But now the angle works with the radius, and it still gets to sit flat. That's not an H block, the second one, so that's why it's sitting a little goofy. But I was just trying to simulate it. So that's 16 inches, which is what most people buck their wood up to. So it'll hold all the sticks out, supported, and now there's a way for air to go in, and it's not just some little tin job like a lot of the stuff I saw online. So that should last for a long time. A lot of it was 3/16 and 1/8 inch material. That was all 3/16 flat bar. That was 3/16 flat bar. The angle was 1/8. Yeah, all the angle stuff that I used was 1/8. And I cut these 2 pieces to help support the stove grates and the barbecue grates that were there, because with the cast cookware and what it weighs on top of those grills heating up, they're already starting to bow in the middle. So I'll be able to put those underneath, and then the barbecue grates on top, or the cast griddles right on top of those angle iron. Yep, so we'll get these painted up back up at the house, and these blocks, the rest of these blocks all up there, and we should have a much improved cooking setup for next time I'm up there. Anyway, we'll see you when we get her all painted up. Well, we just put first coat of flame-proof header paint on the rocket stove modification parts. So I got them all ground up nice, and instead of drilling, I used the angle grinder with the cutoff wheel, and I put angled slits in that one. I'm gonna try that, and then I put straight slits for the airflow. We'll see which one works better when we get them both fired up. This one's a little biased, it's got more slits in it. It was tricky to cut on the angle there, but we'll see. Well, just an update on the rocket stove improvements. Everything's 100% painted, ready to roll. And I just started sort of laying out the assembly. So I cut another H block, if you will. It's right in there. And I cut these two blocks. They had 3 holes, so I don't know, I cut those top pieces right there off. And actually, this setup's gonna go to the new build site for just solo cooking for myself. So I'm just gonna feed the sticks in there here at the top, and it's just gonna do a little 1 cup stainless steel nesting cup or whatever. But nothing needs to go to waste, so we're gonna take that up to the new build site, and you get a mini rocket stove. But what's improved is I've added this, what is this, a 6-inch dimension? This bottom layer. Yeah, there. 6-inch blocks, so it's 5.5 inches. So the whole setup's gonna be 5.5 inches taller, so that'll raise where the wood's going in. So just prevent you from bending over as much. And I don't have enough of the blocks sitting here. There's one more up top, but it's still not enough to simulate what's going on. But between the blocks that are here and the blocks that are already up there, I'm gonna have 2 lengths of chimney, if you will, and then that top grate going across. And we're gonna be sitting 5.5 inches higher. So cooking height's gonna be pretty comfortable. It's probably gonna be about belt height. But yeah, so I'm gonna cut 1 more H block because that one broke on my way up there. And then I think I'm gonna grind this flat so I can get the chimney to seal up better on a few of these blocks. So probably take these 2 off, these 2 off, these 2, and then that block there, and they'll be my 4 important ones that need to make a good connection. But yeah, should be a pretty sweet setup. Just feed 2 rocket stoves from this direction. Have 2, it'll fit 2 12-inch skillets or Dutch ovens or whatever without interfering. Should be good. And then we'll have that little guy at the new site, so we just have to burn twigs and stuff, and I'll be able to boil water and have a small meal just for myself while I'm working. So I just finished everything up here. So this is just simulating it here at the house. So there's going to be 2 more chimney pieces, if you will, on each of these. So right now we're roughly 20 inches high, and then you'll gain another, what is it, 7.5, 15 inches of height. So standing on the skid right now, it's at about knee height. But so the wood goes in there, air goes underneath. I ground these flush so the chimney pieces can sit flush. So this one's the angled slots for the air, and then this is my double pot stand. So this fits on a 24 by 24 patio slab is how I designed it. And then same thing. This is the straight cut slots. But you have a pretty good contact patch for 12-inch pots with space in between them. But yeah, should be greatly improved over that last setup, which already worked way better than an open fire. But this is just going to be better working height, and yeah, things will line up a little better, and we'll get more airflow with these things. Well, we're going in with the supplies for the rocket stove. I'm at the first dam here. Thought downriver was way higher, but they had another beaver dam for me to go over. It's been about a month, I guess, since I've been up here. But another 400 pounds of concrete in the canoe. A little bit of steel up front. So come up here through the week. Gonna gonna try to put this rocket stove together and try it and cook some lunch. So we'll see how many more dams they've added since last time we were up. Hopefully not too many. Only 3 more trips after this one. Well, we got all the blocks up here. Based on how long it took to come in, there's an extra 3 beaver dams, and one of the new ones was holding back just shy of about 3 feet of water. So getting a loaded canoe over something that tall was fun. I actually tore it apart a little bit just so it wasn't so tall. But based on how long it took me to get in, I got about 8 minutes before I gotta get out of here. I can find time in a few places. It's an empty canoe going out and I can paddle a little harder. But I'll throw on a time lapse. We're gonna put this rocket stove together, and then I'll just boil some water quick for oatmeal lunch and then get out of here. But I'll throw the time lapse on and we'll get this done. Well, this is the setup. It's where the sticks go in. Here it's about 17 inches off the ground. And where the top of the cinder block right there, about 37.5 inches. So working height. That's just above the belt. So I don't know, it wasn't really rocking when I set it on. It was cold water, but we're at 2.5 minutes. I'm gonna do a good comparison video on boil down times with identical pots and everything to compare the angled slots versus the straight ones. But I took a couple breaths underneath the channel there, and the air definitely comes up through those slots nicely, just to help it get going. But it's definitely draws better with 2 blocks on top, like a longer chimney, and it's working pretty good. So it's a taller working height. We got 2 of them. You can put 2 12-inch skillets across here, no problem. And then I just brought those bars up for putting the grills on. You can orientate them however you want. They're just a lot stronger. The cast cookware was sagging the oven racks when it got hot. So that was the old H block that cracked. And this setup's gonna go to the new build site for when I'm just boiling a little pot like that. It's just a mini rocket stove from the cutoffs of these 2 blocks here. So just set the pot right there. Should work pretty good. There's enough gap here so all the smoke will come out the front here. Anyway, we're just gonna make some oatmeal and got a banana, some kielbasa, and then we are about already 16 minutes late for leaving. So, well, I'd like to thank you again for watching. This is gonna end off the rocket stove improvements. But just right there in the middle of the 2, probably store a whole bunch of prepped wood. They'll be preheating from the warmth from the fire through the block, and then you can just grab your twigs out of the center and throw them in, and I might make some sort of little roof over this someday, so everything stays dry and you can keep the moisture out of the blocks a little bit so they don't crack. Anyway, I'm not sure what's next for the trapper's cabin, but there's going to be some more trail cutting over to the property coming up here shortly, so stay tuned for that, and take care.